So this video is going to discuss how to communicate to families, because the Google Classroom for families, not students, is not awesome. They can't see the actual assignments. They only get a summary once a week of what's going on. So Google Classroom for parents and guardians is pretty junk. So what I'm going to be doing here is just talking to you about how you can help them at least understand what's going on in your classroom in terms of projects, assignments coming up. And it all has to do with your Google Classroom. So a Google Classroom that I'm running is I'm teaching basket weaving. And if that doesn't say Liz Hain, I don't know what does. But so I'm teaching basket weaving, and I know that I want the families in my classroom, or for the students, to be able to see what's going on. The only way they can do that is by going into their own students' Google Classroom, which has a whole bunch of issues. You don't want parents or adults, you don't want guardians to go into your classroom. So instead, we're going to share the calendar. Every Google Classroom that is created has its own calendar. You can find that up in the classwork page. And all classrooms have a drive folder where all of the assignments that you've ever assigned and all of the student work that they submit lives, but I will talk to you about that another time. Instead, I want you to click that Google Calendar button up on top. And so what you'll see is my calendar, which I have here, but okay, I need to get to the right month. There we go. On the side here is all of the calendars that you have access to. And I have actually hidden quite a few of them, but you'll notice basket weaving is one of those. So on my calendar here, I as the teacher can see this. Also, side note, all students have access to this calendar as well. But that's another thing we'll do. If you want to share this calendar, either in an email or if you want to post it somewhere public so that families can get access to this, you have to go to the the three dots on the side. If you click that, you can see it says Settings and Sharing. So you're going to get a bunch of information about how to manipulate or share some parts of your your calendar. You're going to go all the way to the bottom. Now, when you get to the bottom, towards the bottom, you're looking for Integrate Calendar. Under Integrate Calendar, you want the public URL to this calendar. So this is, I'm going to copy this. This is the URL that someone needs in order to see the events on the calendar. So what I'm going to do then is I will open. This pretends that they don't know who I am. So I'm going to put this URL in the search bar. Boom. And now this is what families would see. So they see that there was an assignment posted up here. They saw that there was an assignment here. They see that there's an assignment that's due today. They see that there's an assignment due on Monday. Now, the annoying thing is that in the description, they say, oh, go to the Google Classroom. Like, they give you a Google Classroom link. But when you do that, like if I were to say, oh, I'll do that. Oh, my kid's got an assignment. Let's take a look. What is this grumpy cat paragraph? You have to sign in. See, the students, the only people that have access to the Google Classroom will be able to access the Google Classroom. It's like rocket science. So the thing is that this doesn't allow them to get into your Google Classroom. However, if they have access to this calendar, they do know what assignments are coming up. Now, this only works if you put due dates in your classroom assignments. So if I go back to basket weaving, so the assignments that you see, I've put a due date. It's due on Monday. So you see that. That's why it shows up on the calendar, is because I have a due date. If you don't have a due date, it's not going to show up on the calendar, because instead it's just like some random assignment that is maybe never going to be checked. However, this is an amazing tool to help families support their students better. Because since we've moved to Google Classroom, there's been a lot of benefits to that, but one huge sacrifice is that it is not helpful on the parent and guardian side. They don't know anything of what's going on. If you just simply want them to know, here is what's going on, you want to see what the assignments are, there you go. There's the calendar. And if they are looking at this calendar, if they, you could post it on your Google, not Google, on your Our School Today website, you know, that website that we haven't touched in like 18 years, but that's how, not really 18 years, but that's how the public sees us. That's how parents and guardians outside of the school building have access to our building, is through that website. If you were to post this calendar on your website for your certain classes, it would help them a lot. So just something quick tip that you might be able to do. You can do this in like 5 seconds again, not really 5 seconds, but you could be able to do this easily to support the families. And once they know what they need to do or how they can support you, like, oh, there's a paper coming up, you should be working on that paper, then you're going to get more support for the student.